Thank you for listening and tuning in today. We're going to try to get lucky and Holly down for you. Holly was just in the viewing area and walked back towards, if you remember, the old deadfall area. And we have for enrichment today, we have bear sick. So I don't see anything going on. So I think that you can hear me. Currently, our volunteers are out trying to call her, and they're going to try to get the bears down. The bears are currently in the stage of hyperphagia, hibernation called hyperphagia, and that means they're eating the most calories to gain the most weight so that they can prepare for hibernation. The next stage, of course, is fall transition, and that'll be coming in about 2 weeks. If you look around the enclosure, you see it's pretty dead around the area with just the tansies and a little bit of goldenrod and mustard seed growing. But we are in a severe drought here, and there is absolutely no rain in the forecast as we look into the future, but the temperatures are going to cool down hopefully after this week. We are currently at about 88 degrees, and it's just tremendously hot out there. Now, the pond is still part of what the bears use, and they do go swimming. But while they're in there, we, of course, have the little tubs for them. And we've tried to give Tasha a shower earlier, and she decided she didn't want it. So we will be giving Ted a shower in probably about an hour or so. We welcome aboard our 3 new interns, Natasha, Cassandra, and Tegan. And as they are not only learning all the material in the building, they are trying to get to know the bears. And of course, Ted is the most likable bear, and he is responding very, very well, along with Tasha. Tasha doesn't necessarily like or dislike a person, but she likes her food. Lucky and Holly are a little bit different in that they are personable bears and like to have the personal experience of not only trying to get to, but to also get their treats as well. So we currently have out in the enclosure, I don't see the bears right now, so hopefully one of them will show up. As I said, we do have the bear sickles for the bears. And if you're just tuning in, if you look around the enclosure, you can see that many of the flowers are still blooming out there. Pretty much it's tansy, and tansy is a invasive species, and we're going to try to pull some of that this fall. But as we go into the fall, it adds color to when everyone is getting pictures. And I to the moderators that do take the pictures, you do a tremendous job. I was looking at the raven pictures, and what a wonderful shot of that raven's eye. I'm not sure how you did it, but it was just awesome. So if you folks don't mind, I'll be using that in the update this weekend. But going on now, we do still have the woodchucks, and I'm not sure if you have a name for the little bunny that's out there, but somebody suggested bugs. Not sure what you folks are calling it, but if you let me know, we'll include that. We have taken pictures of it, and it does like to come out in the evening after the bears have had their in fact, last night I believe Chucky was in Holly's dish after she had her dinner. So we're going to continue here, and I guess they did not get the bears down. I'm seeing one of the volunteers, and it's pretty hot out, so she came in. No bears. Okay, I apologize for that, but they did have treats about a half hour ago, and then have moved back into the forest where it's probably much, much cooler than it is here. With that, I'd like to thank all of you. You continue, please, with the Amazon wish list. You guys are doing a knockout job, and I can't thank you enough because the bears absolutely love the dried fruit and the nuts that you are sending. So thank you so much for doing that. Also, we are going to be putting on a picture of a rock. Now you might say, why are we putting a picture of a rock? Well, this rock's pretty special. If you remember back in 2003 or 4, maybe it was 5 or 6. I'll have to look up my information. I had it in my newsletter a couple of weeks ago about June's rock that weighed 68 pounds that she took out of her den when she was cleaning it. Well, we watched Lucky do the same thing the other day, pull out a rock. He made a little ramp for it, and then he just moved it with one paw. Well, it took two of us to lift it. So after we weigh it and after we see who wins for the staff that guessed it, we're going to ask you folks to guess too. And if Kathy will be gracious enough to put it on our Bear Chat picture place, you'll be able to see the rock and try to guess how much it might weigh. And tune in for that. We have to wait till Holly decides to go in until I can get it inside with the wagon to put it on the scale to weigh it. And fortunately, we'll be the only ones seeing it, so you won't be able to see how much it weighs. But it'll be fun to see who comes the closest, or maybe who comes right on, to see who can get the best guess or right on guess. I promised the staff here a candy bar, so if any of you win out there, I'll send you a picture of Ted. How about that? So the only reason I can say that is because our exhibit director is standing right in front of me, and she said she didn't say okay, but she's given me the thumbs up that she would do that. So thank you folks for tuning in, and look forward to seeing that rock picture on the internet. And I want to thank all the moderators that just make our lives easier here by kind of showing us where the bears are when we can't find them, and for all the information of who's in and out of the bunkers, because I am keeping track of that. So thank you all, and tune in tomorrow, and we'll be back then and see you then. So thanks, folks, and have a great day.